Evelyn Carter was 27 years old when everything finally came full circle. 7 years earlier, during a powerful hurricane, her family had made a decision that quietly broke something inside her. They packed up their valuables, took both cars, and left, leaving Evelyn behind in the house with 3 pets, no electricity, and a boarded-up bedroom window. She was only 19. That night, she sat in a dark closet holding a flashlight, listening to the storm rage outside, realizing that her place in the family had never truly been secure. She survived the storm, but more importantly, she survived the truth that came with it. Evelyn had always felt like the extra piece in a puzzle that already fit together without her. Her brother Jake was praised, supported, and celebrated even when he failed. Evelyn, on the other hand, worked hard for everything she achieved, often without acknowledgement. When she chose a practical career path and pursued a plumbing apprenticeship, her parents dismissed it as something lesser. Only her grandmother, Ruth Carter, truly saw her worth. Ruth supported Evelyn quietly but firmly, encouraging her independence and recognizing her strength when no one else did. After the hurricane, life moved on, but the memory stayed with Evelyn. She built her life from scratch, working hard, living simply, and finding peace in her independence. She stayed connected to her grandmother, who remained her only emotional anchor. Unknown to Evelyn, Ruth had been carefully observing everything, writing it down, documenting decisions, and quietly preparing for a future where Evelyn would finally receive what she deserved. Years later, after Ruth passed away, Evelyn discovered the truth. Her grandmother had left the family house entirely to her. Not only that, but Ruth had also gathered evidence that Evelyn's father had forged her signature on an insurance claim after the hurricane, collecting money in her name without her knowledge. Everything was recorded, organized, and legally protected. Ruth hadn't acted out of anger, she had acted out of fairness. When the will was read, Evelyn's parents were shocked. They tried to argue, to guilt her, to change her mind, but for the first time, Evelyn stood firm. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't seek revenge. She simply chose fairness over forced kindness. She gave them the legal notice to leave the house and demanded accountability for the fraud. It wasn't about hurting them, it was about finally respecting herself. In the end, Evelyn moved into the house that had once been the place of her deepest fear. This time, it belonged to her. She repaired what was broken, inside and out. The same window that had once been sealed shut was now open, letting in light and fresh air. Her life became something steady, something hers. Advice and moral lesson. This story reminds us that being kind doesn't mean accepting unfair treatment. There's a difference between kindness and self-respect. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is draw a boundary, even with family. Respect, honesty, and accountability matter more than appearances or empty words. If someone repeatedly treats you as less important, it's okay to step back and choose yourself. Question for you. If you were in Evelyn's place, would you have forgiven your family and let them stay, or would you have made the same decision she did? Disclaimer. This story is completely fictional and created for storytelling purposes only. However, it carries a real moral: always stand up for yourself and choose fairness over silent suffering.